No fun intro, no happy music. We got something serious to talk about today. Let's get to it. All right. So apparently there's some diaper debris over on Reddit trying to get a strike arranged for the first part of March. Strike against Doordash. Better pay, benefits, mileage. We want. God, you guys are fucking idiots. Better pay. I'll tell you, I'm 58 years old. I'll be 59 in April. The state of pay for the American worker over the last 40 years has been absolutely horrendous. CEO pay has exponentially increased while ours has stayed the same. We all know that. So it's across the board. You're not anything special. Should there be better pay? Hell yeah, I'd like to have every job pay $15 to go around the corner. 2,000 feet. You bet. Absolutely. That's not the way it is. You got to deal with it. Transparency. One of the number one things is hidden tips. Some of these diaper debris, I'm trying to do this without cussing. I like hidden tips like many of the other main players, that have DoorDash YouTube videos. I'll put some, screenshots up here of the hidden tip jobs that I've had. In my market and from what I've seen on YouTube from other DoorDashers is every single order offer that had a significant hidden tip was worthy on its own on the offer screen to take. You would be a fool to not take it. Look at some of my examples here. The hidden tip is just a really nice bonus after the job's been completed. Why are there hidden tips? DoorDash has said right up front, I just saw it on a video this morning when I was Googling it, the president, not Tony the CEO, but the president, I'll put his name up here, I'm not recalling it right now, expressly said it's to prevent people from just sitting there and decline, and taking the $20, $30, $40, $50 orders. These are not DoorDashers, these are opportunists, there's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing, they're the guys sitting at home or sitting in a parking lot, they got nothing better else to do, and they're just scooping up piles of money. It's pocket money, camping weekend money, stuff like that. They're not doing this as a gig, they're doing it as, kind of a jackpot, pulling the levers. So anyway, hidden tips need to stay. They need to stay. If you get rid of hidden tips, it will only hurt you and me. Benefits, mileage, and all that happy horse shit. Here's the thing. We are independent contractors. Most people seem to forget that. That means you're the boss. You make the call. You call the shots. When the offer comes up on the screen, it's up to you to accept or decline that. And to echo what Pedro DoorDash Santiago has said on his channel, you guys are in control. Nobody is holding a gun to your head saying, take that $2.75 order that goes 10 miles. If you take that, you're a fool. I saw in one of Pedro's videos where he was talking about this strike, somebody down in the comments said, a strike is absolutely worthless. You're not going to be able to get the ear or affect any change from this major corporation. These corporations are out there to screw you and make a profit. Wow, there's a news flash. Call f***ing 60 Minutes with that scoop. You might be onto something there. So anyway, he also said you're not going to be able to affect change to the corporation. Call your local legislatures and hammer them to get things in play. Really? You want the government to step in? I don't care what side you're on, left, right, conservative, liberal. You want the government to step in? You're a fool. Everything, when you accept this DoorDash job, is given to you right up front. Yes, DoorDash has had some issues in the past. They've been rectified as far as we know. If they're screwing us on tips or anything else, yada, 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 and it gets found out later on, then that's the way it is. But as of right now, giving them good faith, everything you see on that offer screen for that order is right there for you to see. The mileage, the pay, you could get more. You'll never get less, but you could get more. Where are you going to go pick it up and where are you going to deliver it? All of those factors play into whether or not you accept or decline that offer. Nobody's holding a gun to your head making you choose this. There's been a lot of talk about, the great resignation. People are quitting in droves, left and right. And a lot of them are coming to the gig economy, the independent contractor economy where you're the boss. And so it's saturated right now. But if you've watched my videos in my little tiny market during the slow quarter of the year, I am steadily making $20 to $22 per hour. And that's during the slow period. A great majority of these people that are leaving their pissant Taco Bell or Wendy's jobs or leaving their cubicle jobs and joining the gig economy, these people I'm going to call failures. If you failed over there wrapping a burrito, you're going to fail here too. Congratulations. So the cubicle worker, quits their dead-end job. Most likely they've got a spouse working, and they're just going to do this, full-time or part-time or whatever, and think that this is going to replace the cubicle job. Well, they're going to learn real quick that it's not. Okay, and then you've got the people that won't go to McDonald's or won't go to Walmart, because number one, like I said, they don't even qualify for that job. They're going to fail at this job and they're going to be gone. So keep the faith. So the glut of dashers will decline as they fail at this job, and then they go on to their next job and fail at that. So this diaper debris crowd that, strike, 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 we want benefits and everything. These are the people that have failed at W-2 jobs, or are too lazy or too dumb to get one of those, that are over here crying and moaning. And if they have any measure of success, it's only going to hurt them and hurt me and you other guys that are out there doing it right. Like I've always said, you need to learn your market, know your market, and work your market. And if you can't do that, and you need somebody to take you by hand and show you every step of the way and coddle you, you need to go to McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell. They're hiring. Walmart is hiring. Amazon's hiring. You will be told when to show up to work. You will be told when you can take lunch. You will be told when to punch out. You'll be told when to stock a teddy bear on a shelf, and you'll be told when to sweep the floor. Congratulations, man. Wow. I mean, you're just, it's absurd, the standard of lack of work ethic today. I've seen a kid at a Taco Bell take 30 seconds to wrap a burrito. I've seen another kid at a pizzeria, had a handful of pepperoni, and he was making a pepperoni pizza. And he took a slice of pepperoni off and dropped it about 6 inches down to the counter table where the pizza was. I could have had that whole goddamn pizza pepperoni in the time it took him to lay 2 pieces. Getting back to the low pay. So, I don't know. I have no answers for what base pay needs to be. In my opinion, in my market, I think it's working out just fine. And again, every market's going to be different, mainly due to cost of living. If you're out in San Francisco, it's going to cost you more for the Big Mac, more for the can of Red Bull, and therefore, most likely the base pay is going to be a little bit higher. It may be $3.75 is the lowest you ever see. I don't know. I've never been in any other market, but tips are a major part, at least 50%, if not closer to 70% of our total take-home pay. Would it work if we just had a flat rate based on where the restaurant is, where you are, and where the customer is, and how much the order is? Say that the customer had 5 or 10% mandatory minimum tip. Let's just say it's 10%. It's thin to keep costs down for everybody, the customer. Mandatory 10% tip, and then a base pay attached to that is reflective of the distance and yada yada. First of all, how do you metric that? I do $2 per mile minimum. Somebody might get away with $1.25. Some people do $1. If they choose whatever they choose, I guarantee you, you're not going to be happy with. So all this talk about we need this and they need to affect change and blah blah blah, you're just pissing up a rope. You're going to screw yourself in the long run. And if you require these things in order to be successful at this job, Mr. Boss Man, then you're a failure. You're a failure. If you can't make this work, and let's just, maybe there's a market out there where it just doesn't work. I highly doubt that. But if you can't make it work in your market, you're a failure, plain and simple. So, don't come crying to me, and don't go crying to your legislatures, and don't pick it out in front of Tony's house saying, help me, help me, help me. You need somebody to change your diaper for you, is what you're saying. But if you're asking for benefits and paid vacation, I mean, that's what Washington State legislature has just passed. I don't know how far it's going to go, but it's increased base pay, it's benefits, paid time off. I mean, if you need to have all that stuff, then go to work at Wendy's. They're hiring, and you'll be one of those soulless-eyed motherfuckers in the back flipping burgers as I walk out the door with a smile, knowing that I can quit anytime I want and go home. All right, Production Dave going to jump in here real quick. I forgot to make a point when I was out there sitting in Speedwagon. That is, Doordash or any other gig economy, independent contractor economy job may not work for everybody. It's all going to depend on what kind of revenue you need coming in order to pay your bills. Let's say you're in a W-2 job right now that's paying $17 an hour, and you have 25% deductions on your check, which is your Fed tax, your local tax, your state tax, and maybe a little bit of a health care. We're not even considering 401k contributions right now. 25% deductions. You're only making $12.75 after that. That's your take-home pay, $12.75. If you go to work for Doordash, you're going to have to add the expense of gasoline to your quote deductions. You should also be holding back about 5% for wear and tear on your vehicle to make repairs. In my case with Speedwagon, a full-size SUV, my gasoline costs are roughly 10% of my gross, and then you add on the 5% for wear and tear. Let's go ahead and cut that 10% expense on gas in half to 5%. So you've got the 25% deductions on taxes, that's going to stay the same. 5% for wear and tear, 5% for gasoline expenses. So now at $20 per hour minus 35%, you're at $13 an hour. Now, Tony and Doordash has been pretty consistent over the last year or so in claiming that your average dasher can average $20 to $23 per hour. So assuming that you're coming into Doordash replacing a 40-hour work week with a 40-hour work week, you can see that all things considered equal and not being in a market that has constant $5 and $7 peak pays, that through slow times and through busy times, $20 to $23 per hour is about what you're going to average, if you've got the smarts to make this thing work for yourself. So working Doordash full-time, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, you're going to gross $47,840. So if you're in a W-2 job that your gross pay is $50,000 a year and that's what you need to live on, you can see that the numbers don't add up here. Doordash may not, most likely will not work for you. So this is where I say some of these semi-professional people, some of the cubicle workers and all that, they may be tired of their cubicle dead-end job. I totally understand that. But jumping to Doordash may not be the cure-all that they think it is. And the crowd that I lovingly refer to as diaper debris, they just want everything for nothing. So, in closing, the strike thing, that you're an independent contractor, you're the boss. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. You pick or choose. You are in control. And if you can't make it work, then you're a failure. And don't come crying to me or anybody else, your legislature or Tony, saying, help me, help me, help me. I got no time for those kind of people. If you can't get out there and do it on your own, then, I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. It's just, I kind of find you people amusing, to be honest with you, at my age. Over the last 25 years, the blue ribbon participation kids are now having kids, and frankly, I find it kind of amusing, and, some of these people roll a burrito for 3 weeks and think they should be shift manager. They've paid their dues. Shit, you got no idea. Go to work for 16 to 20 years like I did in a production facility, 10-hour days, 7 days a week, 18 days in a row, wearing steel toe boots and walking flat concrete. Your arms are tore up, your legs are tore up, your knees are tore up. you know. And I was making $17 an hour when I quit that job 3 years ago. And I'll tell you what, I wish I'd been doing this DoorDash thing 2 years ago or 3 years ago. You know, I kind of poo-pooed it. I thought it was ridiculous. Well, I've changed my mind. It's paying my bills. So anyway, all right. So that's my 2 cents worth on that. Strike. Stupid. From what I understand, the last time this went down, not a whole lot happened. In fact, if I read right, DoorDash lowered the base pay. So keep it up, guys. All right, guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.